Yeah, and my original plan was to film or record this whole thing and put it on YouTube, but, well, something happened. Well, I shouldn't say something. My phone got erased, and now I can't get anything back on it. So, as my first video back, I'm going to show you guys how to get into Castle Shimura after the events of the main story. So, as you guys know, as most of you know at least, when we fast travel to Castle Shimura, summon a horse. When we ride close to the gates, it dismounts, and the reason that's a big deal is because at the other castles, you can use an exploding arrow and blast yourself through the gates. But you can actually do that at Castle Shimura. So what you're going to do, you're going to set your pin right here, because that's where the other entrance is. We're going to fast travel right here to Kubura Crossing. Now, this isn't easy to get to by any means, but I'm going to try. I'm also going to show you how to get into Castle Caneda in this one too. So just follow your pin up here. Why did I say this isn't easy to get to? I was thinking of Castle Caneda, my bad. So right up here, there could be some enemies up here, so deal with them. And he just stabbed me. That's great. Anyone who likes combat, you're getting it this video. Take out these guys. Nope, there's still a couple more. Okay. Just archers. Oh, one's running. It's funny. We could use their horse, but I don't really want to. And we've arrived. I put that right on the dot, didn't I? So you're gonna get your horse. Oh, there it is. You're gonna ride up to the gate. And you're gonna turn your horse around. You almost want part of its back side going through the gate. Then you're gonna take out your explosive arrows and shoot the ground. Bam, you're in Castle Shimura. And people will tell you to do this other ways. I don't think there's a certain way you should do it. Some people will tell you to go down here and like go through the water and something. It's just a whole complicated process, but it's really not that complicated. Get your horse back. Now, you do want to have a lot of explosive arrows for this, because there's a lot of gates. Just keep blasting your way through the gates, because there is a lot. Now, on gates like this, with no spikes on them, you can just get your horse, and you can ride up to them and just jump on the wall, and bam, you're in that area. Now, I want to get to the main keep, which is I honestly have no idea where it is. That's it right there. That's like the main courtyard. So get over there. Just make a couple hops, and there should be a bridge. Yep, there's a bridge right there. Gonna hop down, and if you don't have the roll, you will take damage. If you don't have the roll, you will take fall damage right there. I think. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you do though. Get horseback. And I think the hardest part about getting into the castle is just sizing it up. Is what they say. Nope, that's not close enough. You gotta be like right on it. This gate I find is the hardest one to get through. This one, and there's a couple others. There we go. Ground. Blue. You're in. And you also, if you have the ghost stance, you don't take damage from that for some reason. Which I think you should, because you're literally exploding yourself. Jump over that wall. And you should come across a building that looks like that. And there should be something else somewhere. I don't know, man. It's been a while since I played this game. Like, I've just been playing it these last couple of days. I finished the main story, by the way. The only thing I have left to do is duel Lord Shimura, and I will record that, but it probably won't be in this video. Yeah, we're good. You really want to make every shot count because, yeah, you have limited explosive arrows. So you should be at the main keep now. And you will notice the door will be open for you. I think that's only if you haven't dueled Lord Shimura yet, though. I'm pretty sure it is. So if that door is shut for you, I think it closes after you duel Lord Shimura, but it might not. The scaffolding is still here from the mission where you sneak into the castle, which is called Heart of the Jitto, I believe it is. And you can go through this broken window. This is where your uncle cusses your name. He doesn't really cuss it, but you get the point. And the reason not just because this castle is beautiful, not just because these castles are beautiful and you want to consider them your home, but because there is a hefty reward at the very top. You didn't claim it already. And we can also see Jin's old room. You hear him say it's his old room in the Heart of the Jitto mission. And let's go up to the very top. We have Lord Shimura's quarters right here. Pretty nice. And you can see the armor set from Heart of the Jitto. Obviously, you can't claim it or anything, but it is cool to see it. So we keep going. There's a series of these castles are so big. Just keep climbing. And eventually you will reach something that looks a little something like this. This area looking over Kamiyagata, the Act 3 region, and this area looking, well, there's a mountain, but over that way is Toyotama, which is the Act 2 region. And this view is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, you're out of your mind if you think this view isn't absolutely gorgeous. And you might notice this. You get every item, just about every item in the game. You get yew wood, leather, steel. There's a lot. You get some linen, which I'm pretty sure I think that's what I just collected. I'm not sure. But anyways, that's how you get into Castle Shimura. Fairly easy. It's fairly easy. You just need a lot of explosive arrows. In total, you're gonna need 4 to get into the main keep. So let me just collect what all is around in here, and you can just kind of explore. And also, if I'm not mistaken, remember that bridge you charge across in Act 2? If you've played the game, you do. Just walk through this front door here. It's still there, but it's like it's repaired. It's actually really neat. So where's that gate at? Here it is. So you need 4 if you go in from. You need 4 explosive arrows if you go in from the back, just to reach the main keep. You need a lot of explosive arrows. And yeah, like I said, you need a bunch of them. That is actually where you scout this area and poison the Khan's fermented milk. And if you listen, You can hear water, and here is the repaired bridge. You can walk over it. It's sturdy. That's actually really scary looking. Oh! Oh, that's only to swing on. I remember this. Bring back no. Oh god! And I just, I just fell off the waterfall. Well, anyways, here's the. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm not super good at this game. Alright, okay. Well, that's how to get into Castle Shimura. And if we come down here to Castle Caneda, if you go in, well, let me track it. Oh, that's why. That's why I can't even fast travel, is because I'm on a grappling hook. But anyways, most people think that if you go, so Castle Caneda is kind of the same thing, but it's just a lot easier to get into because there's no spikes on the walls. So if you go in from this front gate, it takes a lot more explosive arrows to get into it. So instead, you're going to set your pin to it, and you're going to fast travel somewhere close. I'll just go to this fox den and make our way through. Get our horse. It's a good distance away from the fox den. But I feel like these tips are useful, and they're worth it. If you notice, the bridge is out. That's the bridge that they were talking about in the main story, and using the forest path, as you can see. Castle Caneda is right there. But the forest path, I don't really want to take, because I'm impatient. So we'll just make our way like this. And he's supposed to go... Okay, never mind. I guess we're not taking that. We'll just go the other way. I know this is going to be a decently long video, especially for a tutorial video or whatever. Like I said, I'm a little rusty. I can't even navigate through here. This place is so dense. Like, the Izahara area. Oh my god. My bad, horse. Like, the Izahara area is just so dense. It's just dense forest everywhere you look. Anywhere from Hiyoshi Springs to the Golden Forest, everything's dense. And if you look, we're in the forest path now. And if you pay any attention, we are now in the forest path. And should, in theory, just ride right up to Castle, right up to the back of Castle Caneda. And we did. I think I rode up to the front, actually. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. It's the back. So, before they added the patch, what you could do was you could ride up here, you could jump on this rock, and there used to not be an invisible barrier right here. And you could jump on that rock and jump the wall, but you can't do that anymore. So what you're going to do is, you're going to do the same thing. Obviously, Castle Caneda is going to be the one that you unlock first, so you're going to be able to go into it first. Just line your horse up. Hold on. There we go. And we're in Castle Caneda, and just like that, you only have to use one explosive arrow to get into the main keep. And actually, some of the gates are still open. And you really only have to use one explosive arrow. You don't have to explode through that gate. You can just jump this wall. So this is the inner courtyard, and most of the gates are actually still open. Like, as you walk through here, you'll notice most of the gates are still open, and the front door's open. If they leave so much stuff open, why do they close the gates? That's what I've always wondered, but there's some valuable resources in here, and obviously if you go up to the top, there's that same reward. And just a heads up, it's not going to show it on mine because I've already collected it. What do y'all think? Is Castle Shimura better looking? Is Castle Shimura more pretty? Or is Castle Canada? Like, I'm saying, which view is better? I think from the outside, Castle Shimura looks better, and from the inside, Castle Canada has a better view of the land because there's a giant mountain right in front of Castle Shimura's main keep where it's supposed to overlook Toyotama. But Castle Canada, you can see Toyotama and you can even see a little bit of Kamiagata. Hold on. It's misty, but this area, that's the reason. It's because I'm looking at water. But that area right there that you can kind of see, yeah, like I said, it's foggy. That area is this. This is a heart. I'm not even sure what that is. That's Komodo Town. Okay, I haven't even explored this map yet. And this area over here is Toyotama. You can usually see it. Okay, I swear you can usually see it whenever it's not foggy. But right here, where's it right here? It'll be right here. Your reward will be right here. Like I said, I've already collected mine, so you can't claim it unless you've collected it. Or well, you can't claim it after you've collected it once. I don't think you can, at least. But yeah, that's how you get into the castles after the game, and that applies to any. Ooh, I've actually been wanting to try this to get into Lord Shimura's camp, his war camp. After what you call it, after the story ends. Where's Lord Shimura's war camp at? I think it's up here somewhere. Hold on, I gotta find it first. And you might notice that it still has stuff in it. So you might be wondering, well, why can't you go in it? I don't know. I honestly think it's a glitch. Probably should untrack Castle Canada, shouldn't I? But anyways, I think it's a glitch. I'm fairly certain this works. I haven't tried it yet. I usually won't show you anything unless I know it works. And I'm not sure if it works, but I'd assume it does because there's a trapper and stuff in there. And it does work. And if you look around, the merchant and trapper are still here. Well, no, they're not. Actually, they're not. See? I'm not sure where he went, but he's not there anymore. Is the merchant still here? I doubt he is. There's no way he's still here. Yeah. So there's nothing really here, but it is neat to get into it. To get into the camp that you devised the plan that you know, this is the last place you are before you technically become the ghost. There's a fort around here somewhere. There's Taka's grave. So it's around here. It's around Taka's grave somewhere. Fort Koyasan. Fort Koyasan is what it's called. And yeah, they took him all the way out here and buried him in Yarikawa. So I'm not sure where the fort is. So there's Lord Shimura's camp. So like I said, I'm not sure where the camp is. That's Omi. So yeah. But that's how you get into both the castles and Lord Shimura's war camp. Hope that helps.